Welcome back, and fine evening to you. Still Hard Factor Nigeria Info here in Port Harcourt, the number one talk station. I'm Dial. 5 right now. Discussion to run, and let's talk political debates. Elections around the corner, and debates are being held across the country and at the national level as well. Well, guess what? The Rivers Debate Group says all is set for the 2023 Rivers State Governorship debate in the state. The event is anchored by the Rivers State Entrepreneurs and Investors Forum. President of the forum, Ibifere Bob Mano, at a media briefing, said the Rivers debate is geared towards placing the governorship candidates of different parties on the front burner to discuss salient points on their mandate and manifestos. Ibifere also said the debate is slated for 1st of February 2023. All right, now, on their part, some partners present urged everyone to be part of the process to usher in good governance and decision-making in the state. Some of the partners include Nigeria Info FM, the Foundation for Partnership Initiatives in the Niger Delta, PAINT, Social Action, Civil Society Organization, Stakeholders Democracy Network, Community Initiative for Enhanced Peace, and others. So I'm asking you at this time what you make of debate. How important are political debates? Join the conversation via facebook.com/Nigeria InfoPH, via Twitter at Nigeria InfoPH as well. I'll give out the number to call again in a moment when the line is open. But joining me via phone at this time, albeit briefly for this conversation, is Professor of Politics and Governance at the Ignatius Ajuru University of Education, Professor Keneth Nweke. Professor Nweke, good evening to you. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Good evening, Dayo, and good evening, listeners.
Let's start with this question. How relevant, really, are political debates of any kind? How relevant or important are they?
Of course, very important because that should provide a platform for candidates to sell themselves to the voters. And so, unfortunately, in this part of the world, candidates, even who engage in campaigns, are not basing their campaigns on issues or what they would bring to bear or mean on board when elected. But it's an opportunity for people to begin to cast aspersions on each other rather than speak to issues that the people we base on those to vote them. And so political debate is a good platform to assess candidates at this time when we have elections in real an electoral process where democracy actually works. That actually works because it's a selling point for some candidates.
Now, what exactly do debates measure? And here's what I mean. For school debates, for example, for the person who's responsible for the scoring, you have parameters. You have for dressing, for points marshaled, for presentation. There are award scores for different things. So there are certain things that are being measured in a school debate. Now, for a political debate, as with the Rivers governorship debate, which is coming up very soon, what exactly do these debates measure?
Dayo, since on the campaign grounds, rather than use the campaign grounds to sell themselves, they use it to cast aspersions on each other and all that. And so political debates should be able to provide a platform for the people to begin to assess candidates, who they are actually, even if they know, but and begin to assess them based on what they think that the candidates can offer. Not that they do not know who these candidates are, but the way the candidates can comport themselves, put themselves together, and share their programs of action. It can be convincing enough for any voter to change their mind, so to say. And so that platform is good since the campaigns are no longer what they should be, because the messaging matters so much in campaigns, but in this part of the world, it is all about casting aspersions and then going into family issues, personal issues about candidates rather than speak to issues. So political campaigns, not the usual school campaigns, measure so much, or should measure, but it's elitist in nature because it's the elite that would actually use it to determine their choices, or to a large extent, this debate can influence or change the mindset of an average voter who has made up the mind to vote, and then may reassess and say, no, I go for this candidate, if they actually do know what they do.
But do political debates really give a clear insight as to the potentials of a candidate, as to the future? I mean, nobody knows the future. A candidate can say one thing today and do a different thing tomorrow. So do they really give clear insights as to what to expect?
What do you think that how the P2B gain the kind of support that they have? Because he speaks to issues and then he's able to motivate people and all that. So political debate can as well change people's perception, already built and all that. And then change even especially the undecided voters or those who are non-partisan, so to say, can win the hearts of people and all that, depending on how they're able to present. There are people who are motivational speakers. People can still believe them, even if they know that Nigerian politicians tell lies and all that. But if there's a way you comport yourself and people begin to believe you, how do you think that the 419ers and all that, they flip and all that? So you get to convince people, whether rightly or wrongly, and all that. You get to win the hearts of people. You get to show people your programs of action. You get to demonstrate. And then, but this part of the world is just people going there to just talk anything that they want to talk, without looking at issues. Political debates, so elitist, but can still provide a platform for, undecided voters to probably change their mindset, in the kind of person that they want to support.
What makes for a good debate?
Well, for me, what makes for a good debate? Of course, we need to begin to look at the candidate, how he presents himself, what programs of action, and then how the program of action aligns, with his political party ideology and all that. But yes, and then, when you're looking at him eyeball to eyeball, you will determine whether the man, or as you listen to him, whether the man presenting is real or not, and you also reconcile what he's saying and what antecedents And then because, the carriage matters a lot, the pedigree of candidates. Because here we're talking about governorship, for instance, in the state, who, should have the carriage, who has the capacity, to attract foreign direct investment, for instance, who has capacity in terms of experiences and all that, can be independent and all that, who has, including the presidency and all that. And so, by the time the candidates begin to express themselves, you already know who they were or who they have been and all that, and they reconcile with what they think they want to bring to bear. And so, it's easier, doing that way, because to reconcile who they think, who you think they have been, and then what they think, they are, and what they think that they want to bring to the table if or when elected. And so, that's the way.
Now, that said, does a bad performance at a debate mean that a candidate does not have the capacity to perform?
What did you say?
Does a bad performance at a debate mean a candidate does not have capacity?
No, it doesn't really follow. You may perform badly in terms of presentation. There are people who are not good speakers, but it doesn't matter. They may be good administrators. They may have a good plan on ground. They may not be vocal as such. But even when people are vocal and they pretend a lot and all that, and you think that they're motivational speakers, we know them. We know what they can offer. It's not about being good speakers and they speak good English. It's not about that. It's about, what you say you want to do. People will reconcile all those with what they know that you are. Do you understand? And so what they know, their pedigree and antecedents, your past. People should know what the courage you have. People are born from...
So, pardon me, Professor Nweke. So, if a bad performance at a debate does not mean lack of capacity, does it also mean that even a sterling performance, a good performance at a debate, may not be indicative of capacity as well?
Of course. What I'm saying, the bottom line is that we know everybody from where you're coming from. Even when you're a good speaker, you can speak well, and yet we know you that you will not perform. And of course, but if we know that you have the capacity, for instance, you have the experience, fine, and you can speak well, you can deliver well, fine. So if there is a significant relationship between how you speak and how you present yourself, and then your antecedents, your pedigree, then good to go. But when there is no significant relationship between these two, then there is trouble there.
What then is the essence of the debate if a good performance does not mean that you're good for the job and a bad performance does not mean you're not qualified for the job? Why have the debate then?
Then the debate is to reassess, as a platform for people, to assess what they know about the candidates previously, and then what they can make of the candidates, at present. And so when there is a reconciliation between these two, then the debate is good to go. But otherwise, the debate does not add anything.
All right, join the conversation via Facebook and Twitter at Nigeria Info page. I've got a commercial break to attend to shortly. We've got headlines at 5:30 p.m. Not certain that my guest, Professor Nweke, will still be on the show when we return from the break. He might be in a situation where he can't join us. Professor Nweke, in case you were able to join us when I return from the break, thank you for your time thus far. All right, so we go for the commercial break now. Discussions continue shortly. Do please stay with us. So they are disputing the first hand, and that has